Today's video is one of a very pressing matter, and as our conversation evolves, things are bound to heat up. Hey everybody, my name is Sam and welcome back to Samcraft. That's right, in today's video we are having some heated conversation that is of a pressing manner. I have two different heat presses behind me from a company called Vevor. I have a hat press and a flatbed press. Now what exactly do these have a purpose being in my workshop for? Stick around. I'm going to show you some cool projects that you can make with your laser engraver with the heat press and expand your small business offerings or just make some cooler stuff from your shop. First up is the Vevor hat press. This is a 400 watt heated hat press with a big giant metal handle. You clamp down on your object and you heat apply patches or other objects to material. This is designed for hats. It has the curvature that is made to fit the front part of a hat, and this nice blue silicone pad in conjunction with this tensioning lever holds everything nice and firm in place and allows you to clamp down and apply your patches. I like this hat press for two main reasons. One, it is all metal assembly. Everything that you see is black, with the exception of your knobs and stuff like that, is metal. It's a robust machine, it's pretty durable, and it's fully adjustable. As I bring the lever down, this big giant knob here is for adjusting the tension, the actual amount of force that's applied right here along the curve. But there are also 4 other adjusting bolts and wing nuts and things to allow you to move this around left, right, up, down, tilt it left and right, that really give you a lot of control and adjustability, not only as the machine is used and may change as far as the silicone pad thickness over time, but also allow you to heat press other objects or different shaped objects, however you need. Up top in red is your temperature. The bottom is your green timer in seconds. To adjust them for temperature, press the red temperature button once and cycle the up or down arrow to get the temperature you want to set. To lock it in, press temperature button again. And then for the time, same thing, press time up and down on seconds. When you have it what you want to set it at, press the time button once and it locks it in. Both of the machines are on and are currently heating up. With both of these, your hot side is the top, so the plate and the curved part. The cool side is down here on the bottom, which makes sense. You know, if you apply something here, you put the patch on top, that's where you're going to bond it. Same thing with this. Put your object here, patch or item on top, and heat press it that way. The overall operation method for both of these is the same. You pull down on this big handle all the way down until it clicks. At that point, your timer does start. The timer is up and it continues to beep until you release. At that point in time, stops the timer, resets it, and it stays on as far as the heating element for your next object to be placed inside. The hat press operates in a very similar manner. You load the hat onto here using the spring tensioner to hold the back of the hat tight. Place your object, then grab the big handle up top, bring it down, lock it into place. The timer starts counting down, in my instance, from 20 seconds. At the same time, it is applying the heat and it does maintain your temperature. Once the timer goes off, it will also beep. It will continue to beep whether it is removed or not to remind you you're done. To take it off, just lift the handle a little bit and it gently folds up and out of the way, allowing you to work and remove your object. Both of these heat presses came assembled in a box. I think I had to do one thing with this large heat press, and that was attach this little plastic handle at the bottom. Otherwise, they came fully assembled. Open up the box, take them out, plug them up, and you're good to go. So let's talk about material. I have right here a sheet of what is known as Laserable Leatherette. It is a fake leather material that is made to look like leather, that is designed to react and work well with laser engravers. Anything from a blue dot diode to a CO2 and even a galvo fiber laser will work with this kind of material. You can get this stuff in a variety of different sizes, different colors, different engravings. So if the face is one color, it may engrave to a different one. and all sorts of different applications. So it's not going to be any surprise that with the hat press, to show you guys what I'm going to be doing, that a hat makes its way into the shop. This is purchased from a local craft store, and then I also have this style, which was purchased off of Amazon, and this one actually was highly recommended to me from a friend and fellow YouTuber. His name is Matt. He likes these. I'll put a link to his channel down below, and if it's good enough for him, I know it should be good enough for me too. So I definitely am going to make a couple of hats, but also thinking outside the realm of only our noggins as far as hat wear to do stuff with, and knowing that I have that flatbed heated press, I picked up these few things from our local craft store as well. First up is a canvas tote bag. Has a zipper top, and it's both natural and green canvas. Just a plain little bag with a zipper. My wife had that one picked out and gave me instructions on what to engrave for it. She also picked out a large giant, okay, I guess it's not really giant, but a large canvas tote bag. This one is also natural canvas, blank front and back. Also have directions on what to do for this one. But then in the world of, Sam, figure it out yourself, is this little thing. Any guesses what it is? I was not immediately aware of what it is until I opened it, looked inside. This is actually a little drink caddy. So I have a funny little thing that I'm going to put on this one as well, and basically just bring you guys through the process of applying the Laserable Leatherette patches to several different materials, flat materials, and also those hats. So let's go ahead and jump over to the laser, actually engrave and cut out the objects we want to do. Then I'll get my tools and materials and see you guys over there at the presses next. Alright, first up is Mr. Canvas, the tote bag. Got it placed here on the press, and I have the design that I was given by my wife. This one is in the green or teal colored Laserable Leatherette, and as you can see it engraves in a black. That looks very nice, and it says, hey, in a world full of roses, be a sunflower. So you know what, guys, just do that. Go ahead and peel off the layer off the back of this. This is going to expose the heat activated adhesive. The cool thing about this adhesive is it is also a little bit tacky as is, which will do great to hold it in place as I lay it out and then have the press come down on top of it. It should not shift around. I'm going to move to this end of the tote so I can see things better, sighting down the line, trying to make sure it is as centered as possible. And then I'm going to put a piece of regular parchment paper that you may use for baking over the top of it, so that nothing on the heated element should mess up or mar the surface. Alright, at this point, my element is heated. It is showing that it is exactly at 270 degrees. So let's go ahead and lower the arm down and press our very first object into our material. Alright, we'll go ahead and remove this, sit it over here to cool, and we will get our next object up and ready. Next up we have a canvas zipper. This is the green and natural color. I'm going to put this zipper portion hanging off the edge over here. So I will not center this on the heat press as far as the pad. I will scoot the pad over and let the object be in the center. So we'll do that. And then for this one, we have a little sign that says gardening is my therapy. It is a dark leatherette color with a gold engraving outcome. This one is very, very neat. Very nice. Alright, our adhesive backing is peeled off. Let me go ahead and flip this over where I can actually see it. Make sure I get this guy lined up. About right there, looks good. Flip it around, hang this big chunky zipper off the edge of the pad. But place this where it's going to be about centered on the heating press. Bring over our parchment paper and press away. Alright, that one is done. We'll set it over here to cool off. And next up we have our can caddy. I guess you could call it that, or bottle holder. So this one is ready to be pressed. We'll do some parchment paper. Very, very nice. Alright guys, next up is the hat press. I'm going to use one of these cheaper hats since I am learning. And this is the first time that I'll have done this. Better to not mess up the more expensive ones, right? So you can see I'm pushing the lever down, bringing this over, pulling the hat into place. For this patch, I'm going to apply it off-centered. Kind of bring this forward right where I would like it to be. That looks good. Do a little test fit here with the press. Bring this hat back a little bit. There we go. That looks correct on placement. So now, let's get this really strange looking brand. You guys probably have never seen this on this channel at all, right? Ha! Peel this guy off and place it where we want it. Right there looks good. Now we just pull the handle down and press it for 20 seconds. Alright, we'll push down the lever. It's kind of difficult to do one-handed. Pull it off the blue pad, around. And look at that. Nice. I like the color of that. I like the clarity, contrast, and any other C word we can think of. Very cool. That hat worked out pretty well. So next up in the world of hats is this one. This is a Richardson brand original 112 trucker hat. This was recommended to me from a fellow laser business owner and fellow YouTuber, Matt. He likes these hats, and honestly, if they're good enough for him, they're going to be good enough for me. So I picked up 2 of these to try out. Let's go ahead and load it up here on the hat press, lifting the tension rod, putting it into place. Again, I'm going to do an offset patch, so I'm going to put it over here. So I'll position the hat a little bit more differently than what you probably normally would do. I'm going to lower the press down a little bit to see if we're going to get good alignment. That looks pretty good. So we'll go ahead and take our patch, which this one is a black leatherette with silver engraving. Go ahead and peel off the back of it. We'll put it into place. That looks pretty good. So we'll go ahead and press it 270 degrees for 20 seconds. I like how this hat press, when you release it, it goes up nice and slow. Very different from the big plate heat press over there. This is much more controlled. Alright, pushing the lever down to release tension, pull the hat off, and checking our adhesion. I like to peel back a little corners, make sure we look like we got good adhesion. Looks pretty nice. Yeah, I like that. That is done. We'll go ahead and peel off the sticker off the top of the bill. Get that out of the way. Check that this is adjusted from the size of my noggin. We'll go ahead and swap out the hats. Feels pretty comfortable. Not bad. I personally am not a huge fan of the flat hat bill style, but this one I should be able to conform a little bit. Yeah. What do you think? Good? Bad? Does this drive you crazy? Or are you kind of like, huh, pretty cool. I like that. Don't know. Either way, if I don't like it, I can just make more. Well, we've got ourselves quite the stack of interesting and new creations from the workshop. Obviously, hats, these are very popular, very easy to make. This hat press is super easy to use. It is simple. It doesn't have a lot of frills, bells, and whistles, but honestly, that's fine with me. I like a tool that is made well enough. It's fine, it knows what it is, and it doesn't try to get fancy on you. I also like this model that it is the manual press because there's a lot of fine adjustment and tuning that I might not have gotten from a more automatic style or something that just doesn't have the adjustments in it. So we've got the trucker hat number 1, got the Samcraft hat, offset trucker style, and then we've got the more rugged weathered Samcraft hat. These all turned out really good. I didn't have any problems with adhesion. This hat press seems to be curved correctly. The silicone pad definitely makes up for any differences in the textures or stitching and everything, and really no complaints there. Very, very good press. Over here on our big flat press, we did some larger patches on some flat things. We have a drink holder. This one says, "I'm here because you broke something." Maybe if you gotta go help somebody else work on a vehicle, work on something, you don't bring tools, you just bring hydration. Yeah, hydration. We have that. We also have this little gardening tote. That worked well. And then this one being the giant, okay, it's a giant patch as far as what I've done. It did well also. Well guys, that's going to be it for the hat press and the flat heat press. If you want to check these out, there are links to them down below. They are new staples here in my workshop. Although my shop is filling up quickly, these two machines allow me to add a whole other level of products that I can offer to sell, either to customers directly, give to family and friends for gifts, or also create promotional material for local businesses. In that sense, these two are a big win for the shop. If you guys got any questions or comments, leave them for me down below. Otherwise, take care, and I'll see you next time in the workshop.